Welcome to Making Connection, as the Making Connection connects the children and youth to the positive future through the holistic development and secular ethics. I am Nisha, one of the senior students of the Tonglen Hostel. Today I am with Mr. and Mrs. Sonam. Fortunately, both are Sonam, so it is easy for me to tell. Both of them are excellent qualified trainer on conflict. Their contribution to the society through the training is immense. So, Madam and Sir, welcome in our studio.
Thank you.
So, can you introduce us about TCCR?
Tibetan Center for Conflict Resolution, it's a small NGO registered under the Indian Societies Registration Act, and we have been functional for the last 16 years. And in these 16 years, we have reached out to over 10,000 people from different communities, different religious backgrounds, and we have organized several workshops and training programs, and all of them aims towards bringing harmonious relationship between the communities, between different communities, and respectful communication and resolution of conflicts.
Can you tell us a little bit about conflict?
Since we do have intelligence, everybody got their own intelligence. So we are bound to have different opinions, different thoughts. So it is bound to have differences. So to have difference is not a conflict, but we say, like, if there is a conflict, then we share the human bond, the relationship. If we do have some tension on that relationship, then we tend to say, like, we do have a conflicting situation there. If we do have a situation issue where we do have differences, and from due to of that differences, if we do have tension in relationship, then we call it a conflict.
So, in your organization, newspaper mentioned 300 different workshops and 800 people join. 800 is lot. So within 8,000 people, do you think how many people are applying the conflict resolution method in your daily life?
There is no definitive way to find that out, but we would like to think that a lot of them are able to implement the things they have learned during our workshops. And because we meet a lot of people after the workshops, we meet them, and many of them tell us that these skills have been useful for their lives, in being able to in a non-violent manner deal with conflicts, so that they can bring out a result which is useful and helpful for both them and the other party. So I think that a lot of them are being able to utilize the skills that we have taught them.
Okay. So how do you measure your success of the workshop? Within 8,000 people, do you have any kind of the success stories? Example, one school has a lot of conflict before the workshop. The conflict is reduced or no conflict after the workshop giving.
Okay, that's good for me. Okay, we do have many sort of examples. Some people, most of the time, individual come to us when we meet. Sometimes we make some meeting, and then they talk about the experiences they had after and before workshop, and in particular particular instances, one participant which was from Tibet, who came to India, and he said, my students, the students with whom he studied, most of them had a conflict in their school time, but then luckily I didn't submerge in that kind of a conflicting situation, and didn't have that kind of instances. And thanks to TCCR, and he said, like, yeah, I think, like, due to of that workshop that he received from TCCR, due to of that he was not submerged in conflict. So that kind of instances, there are many sort of examples that people talk about this thing. And sometimes the students say, like, yeah, after the workshop, let's say, yeah, I used to think in that way, but now I realize that that was my mistake, that it was like this. Now from this time onward, I will think in that way. So in a sense that those, I mean, workshops are quite impactful to them, I guess.
If I may share another success story, there was one, we had a workshop for a group of teachers many years ago, and one of the teachers was, she was a science teacher, and it was during a time when she was facing a lot of trouble with getting the students to listen to her. She was finding it very difficult to manage their how to discipline them, you know. And she said that she was in the verge of quitting her job because the new rules that the teachers cannot hit the corporal punishments have been banned. So she found it really difficult for the students, for the teachers to be able to really teach and control the students in any way. And then she said that through our workshop, she's inspired to try creative methods to teach the students and build better relationship with the students. And now that she will not leave her job and she'll continue with a different set of mind. Yeah.
So, we always just want to improve ourselves, and you have giving lots of workshops to many children in schools. So, can you tell us honestly what the difference between others and us?
Others and the Tonglen students? Difference. Spending the last 3 days with your group, I think basically when it comes to being children really want to enjoy, they want to have a good time, they want to enjoy while they are learning. So I think in that area there is no difference at all. So you have the same potential that other children with maybe rich parents have, and you have the same intelligence, you have the same drive to really do good, huh? But maybe the main difference comes with financial backing, with family support. So it's really sad when, like yesterday when we were talking about the issues that some of you face, that while the groups of children who study in the schools with the parents who have regular jobs and parents who have properties and economically sound background, while these children have so much backing from their parents want them to study, some of you are worried that your parents might really ask you to come home so that you can earn for them and, you know, stop your education, which is, I think, something that's really, really heartbreaking. So this is a big difference, and we really, I think from there, I think that we really need to focus also not just on the students. You are wonderful children, but your parents as well. So in any small way, I'm sure Tonglen is doing a lot for your parents and the whole society as well. But maybe there is something that you could do to further educate the parents to be able to, for them to support the children and their education and the better livelihood they may have after that, you know. Yeah.
Your workshop that you have giving us is excellent, and imagine, I wish all the children you received the workshop. If we organize in other schools, do you accept it, sir?
Sure, why not? Yeah, we would like to extend our work to the most possible manner, you know, to the most extent, so that, you know, most people can, you know, benefit from this workshop, because nobody wants, you know, unhappiness in their life, only that they don't know how to handle those conflicting difficult situations. So we would like to extend our, I mean, knowledge to anyone. So
thank you very much for giving us training and time to interview. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nisha. Thank you.